This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. I hope you can join us tomorrow night at 6 o'clock because, we're doing it again. I'm Listening. It's a live 2-hour show featuring some of the biggest names in music and sports and insight from some of the most respected mental health professionals as we're trying to do it, man. We are trying to destigmatize talking about mental health. I want this to be like something that people just go, you know what, I got to get my physical, I got to go get gas for my car, and I got to go, take care of my mental health. It's so huge.
And our apologies. It's tonight, BJ. Tonight.
Oh, right. That's I keep forgetting. Tonight's Thursday.
Tonight is Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yes.
Right. Oh, you know what? I'm still stuck on Wednesday. How great is it that it's another day in the week early? Later. I love this. Yeah, that's tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm Listening. And so it's tonight. So be here tonight at 6 o'clock. We got Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, Audio Slave Prophets of Rage. He's going to be speaking about mental health. Zach Williams, the son of Robin Williams, will be speaking about mental health. Many, many more people. And you're going to realize that you are not alone. You'll be like, wow, I haven't been feeling okay. And first off, there's a lot of other people that feel the same way. And secondly, it's okay to not feel okay. You are not alone. And I'm Listening proves it, man. If you got time, if you got someone you know who can benefit from this, tune into KISW later tonight, 6 o'clock. And you can also listen on the Odyssey app. If you want more info, pretty awesome. Just go to imlistening.org.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
Cracking Thursdays, powered by Coors Light.
Oh, big day.
Yeah.
Training camp starts.
Oh, yeah. We got preseason on Sunday.
Yep. Tomorrow at 7:47, we'll have John Forsland, the voice of the Seattle Kraken for the TV broadcast. He'll be joining us to give us a little preview.
Yeah, man. It's very, very exciting. It's getting realer and realer. And yesterday I toured the complex a bit in an unofficial tour. There were doors I just said,
They didn't know you were there, but you were touring it.
Yeah. I was I saw a lot of people going into the offices, and I thought, well, it says just all you need is a mask is required. Doesn't mean you have to be
the Mission Impossible music.
I thought I better not, because Steve, they like Steve, and I don't want him to be mad at Steve because he knows me. So I said, I got to be a good guy.
How benevolent of you.
Yeah. So exciting. So exciting.
Let's get to our contestant. We got Matthew in Monroe. Matthew, are you there?
I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Goodbye. For those playing at home, Matthew will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Matthew, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Matthew.
Measured from the foul line to the head pin in feet, how long is a lane in a bowling alley?
50 feet, 60 feet, 70 feet.
60, yes. How many states share a border with New Hampshire?
Answer 3, 4, 5.
3, yes. In which year of the 1910s did World War I officially end?
17.
No.
18.
Yes. Barney Gumble is a fictional character from which Fox animated show?
Pass.
How many yards is the penalty in the NFL for clipping?
Clipping's a 15-yard penalty.
Yes. What is the most populous city in Canada?
Canada, Toronto, Montreal.
Toronto, yes. Which musician is known as the boss?
The boss is Bruce Springfield.
No. Yes. In which continent would you find the River Nile?
Continent Nile, Africa.
Yes. In which mid-2010s year did Mickey Rooney pass away?
Mid-2010s year. Mid-2010s. 27, 8, 9.
No. Beginning with H. What is the real first name of the singer Seal?
Seal. Starting with what letter?
H.
Herman.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of all the H names, you went with Herman.
Well, because Herman Munster's the best.
And you know what? Rob Zombie is bringing back the Munsters, so
wow,
okay, but
it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, he's done interesting things with other properties, so we'll see how this goes.
Dude, I had a kid I grew up with who looked just like Eddie Munster from back in the day, and it was it was horrible for him.
That little widow's peak there.
Yeah, he had it. He just naturally looked like that. His face and his hair, the way it went, no matter what he did. I mean, Eddie Munster was a cute kid, but still, little wolf boy.
Yeah, and an easy costume for when you were a kid for Halloween.
Oh yeah, you just painted on there. Yeah,
at some point, everybody was Eddie Munster. I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, Eddie.
Steve, are you ready?
Release the Kraken.
Measured from the foul line to the head pin in feet, how long is a lane in a bowling alley?
60?
Yes.
Wow.
How many states share a border with New Hampshire?
That was awesome. Because I knew it wouldn't be 69, so I'm like, 60? Oh, man. I feel good already. 3.
Yes. In what year of the 1910s did World War I officially end?
1919.
No.
1918.
Yes. Barney Gumble is a fictional character from which Fox animated show?
Family Guy?
No.
American Dad?
No.
Futurama?
No. Wow. How many yards is the penalty? Yep. How many yards is the penalty in the NFL for clipping?
Damn it. 15 yards.
Yes. What is the most populous city in Canada?
Toronto.
Yes. Which musician is known as the boss?
Bruce Springsteen.
Yes. In which continent would you find the River Nile?
Africa.
Yes. In which mid-2010s year did Mickey Rooney pass away?
2015.
No.
2016.
No.
2014.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, Steve, you win 8-7. Oh,
Matthew, the 2000s. Wow. Yeah, that one got you, buddy, when you mistake the wrong year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I didn't heard him say teams, and my brain just didn't register.
Yeah, he said 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
that's
you said
2010.
Yeah, that happens. But good game, buddy. I mean, good game.
He was very close on that one.
I call again, Matthew.
No, there we go.
You could win. I feel like you could win this, Matthew.
Right? He did very good.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it's just, every once in a while you have those moments, and then Luck Bomb McGee over there.
I know. One lucky guess doesn't make me Luck Bomb McGee.
You were
how about two?
All right. You were so blown away by that one.
The only reason I'm not
I was going to say 69 because it's a joke. I'm like, that's not going to be it. So let's just go with 60.
Yeah.
I was fully prepared to I don't even know where I would go after that.
I just remember last week, we had an argument last week, a slight argument. Like, Steve always goes with the Seth MacFarlane cartoons and not with the Matt Groening. And Steve goes, I've never even watched any of those shows. And yet today, what did he do? Oh, he basically listed again all the Seth MacFarlanes.
Yeah, you did. Wow, okay.
Is Futurama Sex MacFarlane? Sex
MacFarlane. There we go. There's a porn name we need.
Porn? I hope his wife calls him that when
Sex MacFarlane.
Hey, and Sex MacFarlane, meet me in the bedroom.
And Futurama is a Matt Groening one as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you always go with your first couple of guesses have been always, the Seth MacFarlane or the Sex MacFarlane one.
I just don't think it's going to be The Simpsons ever.
And then it was.
Yeah.
One of the ones you didn't get to was that Matthew did not get correct was beginning with H. What is the real first name of singer Seal?
I'm going to go with Harry?
No.
Henry?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah, and we were talking about the Munsters because Matthew said Herman. And I was
Herman.
like, why the hell are you saying Herman?
Herman's a great H name. We got to bring Herman back.
Herbert.
We got to bring
Herbert's
better too.
Like this, I don't know anybody named Herman that's like not like at least 60 years old at this point in time.
Yeah, it's like a Gladys, but some people are bringing back the old names. Some of these, younger couples are bringing back old names.
Nah, Herman. That's interesting.
Phyllis, you want a game, just stuff like that.
Like a little kid named
Gertrude.
Yeah.
Gertrude.
Exactly.
That would be so. I should almost mess with people when I'm out and about with like Tatum and just like if someone's like, "What's your daughter's name?" I'm like Gertrude, and just see what they say.
Little Gertie.
Got to bring it back, man. I mean, they got to go old school again.
It's like around here with like Galloping Gertie. That's kind of fun, but again, you have to be ancient in order to know that either.
And I say, I named her after the bridge.
Yeah. I named her where she was conceived.
Wow, on a bridge?
Well, I'm just saying.
Wow. Well, congratulations on your win, Steve.
Thanks.
Good job, Steve.
Thank you.
How about this? Nearly half of adults say that they are working their dream jobs from when they were young. Wow, that's pretty amazing. What were those dream jobs? What are they? I'll tell you at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Nearly half of adults say that they are working their dream jobs from when they were young. That's pretty impressive.
Way more than I would think.
Yeah, 43% of adults say they're currently living out their childhood dream, and almost 20% more say that they previously worked in their dream field.
I once did work as Aquaman, so that's very true.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's not that they had a dream about working. They were. On average, those respondents first landed their dream job at the age of 23. Wow, well, I guess it makes sense. Like, when you're young, you're like, I'm going to go for my dreams. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then you realize it doesn't pay you anything. You're like, all right.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right, because when I was 23, I was working security, which was sitting around and doing nothing but playing video games.
That was your dream job? Like you when you were that young, you're like, I'm going to go for security?
More about the sitting around and doing nothing sort of part about there. Yeah, so
playing video games. So he wants to do nothing and play video games.
I see. So you had no idea that security was, in fact, the profession for your dreams. But there you go.
Yeah, I fell into that. Then I realized, like you said, the pay was crap, and so I needed to get something to actually pay bills.
Yeah. Man. So for me, this was my dream job. It wasn't my dream job, like a cowboy or an astronaut when I was like little, but in my early teens, I got hooked on radio and said, I want to do this.
That's kind of the same with me. Yeah, when I fell in love with Howard Stern, and so then I was like, "Oh, that'd be." And whenever my favorite parts of Howard, like obviously a lot of people liked when he was doing some raunchy stuff, but I really enjoyed when he would like kind of give us a peek behind the curtain. He'd get into arguments with people behind the scenes, or tell you like who's doing what, interns and producers. And I was like, "Wow, radio sounds interesting."
Yeah.
See, and it was kind of the same for me, except, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a trash man. That was my dream job.
Now you work with trash.
Now I work, yeah, exactly. But then I realized, like, I kind of grew out of that. But then it was like I was just the kid that would get the cassettes, and talk over songs, and then I would like record songs. So I'd have all these like demo tapes of my radio career when I was young.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
I remember those days. I had 2 cassette recorders, Danny, and I would tape all the themes of all the TV shows when I was younger, and then myself and a buddy, because we didn't go to school until noon. So while everybody was drinking like normal teenagers would do when they had time on their hands, he and I would go there and we'd make all these comedy bits, and do these fake characters like Mad Magazine style. We would do our parodies of all the TV shows, and we had all the sound effects.
Nice.
And and I didn't realize I was doing radio. I had no idea I was making radio bits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, how about you, Vicky? This is your dream job, right? It has to be, right?
Yes, working with you every day. No, actually, my dream job growing up is kind of like this. It was being a news anchor, just being able to be in front of a camera. And then I realized you can't really be tattooed or weird like me. So this kind of became it. Like, this is a nice balance.
The home for tattooed weird people.
Yes. You could be more creative. You can be, goofy. And I love that.
Do you have any tattoos on your hands? I don't even know. I haven't seen you in a while.
I got some on my fingers.
Yeah, I suppose those are small enough they could hide it. But so far, you still look camera ready.
I mean, arm tattoos, I'd have to wear long sleeves every day.
Well, you kind of do anyway when you think about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hey, there you go. All right, that's a lot. I'm very excited about that. Almost everybody lived their dreams Almost everybody did it. So 3 people wanted to be in the media. One person wanted to do nothing. And
play video games. Come on.
Yeah, there's something to that.
Yeah.
Got to work hand-eye coordination.
And don't forget, we found out that Danny's trash, which we always knew. So
you wanted to work with trash.
Yeah, you're the trash.
We're the trash.
Yeah. The hearing's gone bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Your hearing is trash? Gotcha.
Yeah. So we've got a list of the dream, like the top 5 dream jobs, which I will tell you about. But really what I want to know is, in fact, are you indeed working your dream job?
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Or if you're not lucky enough to be working your dream job now, did you ever work your dream job? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Want to know what that job is, by the way. Are you working it? What is it? Also, how old you were because they're saying the average age is 7 when we decide on our dream jobs. Calls and texts, we'll take them. What was your dream job? We'll hear from you after Lincoln Park on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Nearly half of adults say they're working their dream jobs, and based on this, we want to know, how about you? Are you working your dream job? Have you worked your dream job? We want to know what that is, by the way. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Healy in Seattle. Healy, you are on The Rock.
BJ, how are you today?
Hello, Healy. Good to hear from you again. What you got for us?
Well, I actually worked my dream job. My dream when I was a kid was I wanted to be an animal trainer in a zoo, and I was an animal trainer at the San Diego Zoo for almost 10 years.
Nice. That's right. You know what? I think I remember you telling me this one time. And did you ever get to go on the Tonight Show? Because those were the folks that brought the animals into Johnny Carson, right?
I was not on the show. That was Joan Embry's job, but I helped transport a sea lion to the Tonight Show, yes, at one point. And then he ran over me when we were trying to get him back in his transport cage.
I heard that sea lion was a total diva.
He totally was.
Damn, that
totally
does.
was. I've also been attacked by a wolf.
Oh, nice.
And I've also cuddled cheetahs.
Let's leave Joe out of this. Hey.
He's a demon, not a wolf. Come on.
I forgot.
The demon, not the wolf.
Yeah, my bad. That is, you know what? And Healy, was it the pay, basically, that you were like, it's a dream job, but I need more cash?
Yeah, especially in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
That's, it reached a point where, I couldn't pay my mortgage, and it was like, what do I do? So I had to switch up. I had to switch careers. Came to Seattle, became a nurse, and met Joe. So
here's the funny thing: you became a nurse, and that is the number one dream job for pretty much people on this. Like they said, okay, so what are you doing? What's your dream job? And nurse, doctor, number one on the list, both. So you are doing somebody else's dream job.
Outstanding. Well, I kind of love my job right now. I am still a nurse, but I am working from home, so it's pretty sweet, I gotta say.
Wow, how do you nurse from home? I feel like a nurse has got to be there with the patients, or is that a whole new way to be a nurse?
It's corporate nursing. My job is discharge planning, getting people out of hospitals.
Wow. And they call and that's part of nursing. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it is. It's considered clinical, and I review medical records and I make recommendations. So I'm using clinical nursing judgment to do so.
Huh. Good for you, and you get to stay home. Good to hear from you, Healy. Man, how about that? So she's basically had 2 dream jobs.
Just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, and then there's Danny, who's just trash.
Well, speaking of trash, Adam in Everett said, I wanted to be a garbage man since the 2nd grade. Got the job 3 weeks out of high school, been there 24 years, and I still love it. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because Danny said that's what he wanted to be too, and it's not in the top 5, but man, I mean, I see the dudes coming around my neighborhood, and those trucks are like even cooler because you don't even have to get out. You can just get the big robot arms that pick up the trash thing, and I'm like, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, whenever I'll be walking around with Tatum, and our garbage man will come by, and we'll stop and watch. I don't know if she's more impressed or I'm more impressed by that machine.
I'm with you, Steve. I look like
we both stare at it in awe.
Oh, I look like the nosy neighbor because I just look out my kitchen window when they come, and I just stand there like you guys, and I'm like, hey, it's so cool, and I'm like, do I look like a creeper right now? I mean, just looking out my window at the guy, but. Yes. Okay, thanks, man. Let's go to Kelly in Sultan. Kelly, you are on the rock.
Hey, how's it going, BJ?
Hey, Kelly, welcome to the show. Are you doing your dream job, or did you ever do it?
So I'm pretty fortunate. Ever since I was a little kid, I got to do my dream job. I got to be a cowboy.
You got to be a cowboy? I mean, that's old school dream job. It's not in the top 5, but either you wanted to be a cowboy or an astronaut when you were a toddler. I mean, those were the at least when I was growing up in the 60s, 2 things, cowboy or astronaut, and you got to be one of them. How'd you, when, how, why?
So, growing up, my dad had motorcycles and fast cars and stuff like that. And then when I came along, he's like, you know what? He goes, all that stuff's too dangerous. So he decided to get horses of all things.
Wow.
And, so basically my mom told me that pretty much the only thing that clothes-wise that I would keep on, because, being a tiny nudist, I was a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, and literally running around. She'd tell me I had a rope. I'd rope the cat, the dog, anything that moved, I'd rope it and run around naked with a cowboy hat on. She said it was the funniest thing ever. But as I got older, I moved up to Wyoming. I cowboyed for a while. The only reason I don't do it now is I got hurt, and it backed some bills up, and cowboying is a job that you can't have any debt.
Oh, yeah. And I imagine you can't be injured that much either, unless, because obviously it's going to affect you cowboying. But, I mean, that had to be beautiful. Wyoming is such a beautiful country, man. That had to be one of the greatest gigs you had.
It was amazing. It was it was everything I wanted it to be. I got up early in the morning. I didn't have to start a vehicle until late in the afternoon to feed cows. I had a big trailer I pulled around. I had feed for the cows, but I rode a horse from 6 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon, pushing cows, and it was so great. It was awesome.
Could you do that lasso trick where you kind of spin it around and stuff?
I never was very good at tricks with the rope, but I could pretty much rope anything that moved from horseback.
Oh, so you could, because that is the spinning thing. I mean, you can spin it and then rope it, right? I mean, so you do at least. Oh, that's cool.
So if we were in a room and we told Danny to run from you, you could rope him?
Oh, my. Yes. So in high school.
Oh, this has to be
in high school,
especially with the broken foot. It's a lot easier.
Foot, yeah.
In high school, I had a trick rope, which it's the same as a standard rope. It's just a little bit smaller, easier to pack with you around. And I would rope my classmates in a keelum, rope their feet. And there was a kid. He goes, "Oh, you couldn't rope me." And I was like, "Yeah, I could." "Oh no, you could. I'm way too fast." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Do you want to do this after class?" He's like, "Yeah." So he took off running. As soon as we hit the door, I threw a loop and I caught him by the foot. And I'm like, "I got you." He's like, "No, you didn't." And he kept running. I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to drop my rope." And I tripped him up, and he fell on the ground. And he was a good sport about it.
And then you hogtied him, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, then you got to hog tie the guy. Ah, that's awesome.
Your dinner.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Wow, that escalated.
That guy hella dark. What the hell?
And now for another edition of Cannibal Cowboy. Wow. Okay. Yikes. By the way, Cannibal Cowboy is not in the top 5. I don't understand why.
Oh, I like this text. She said, when I was a kid, I wanted to be overworked and underpaid. Guess what? I made it.
Wow, you know what, Rev? We have to save a lot of these for listeners on the loose because there's a lot of folks that got stuff. But I just wanted to say, number 2 on the list really frustrates. Who wants to be a lawyer when they grow up? And that's what I mean. That's
like
number,
to argue.
People, right?
And want a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, number 3, actor, which I did for a while. But I was older and realized I couldn't. And I also thought I wanted to be an artist. You know, it's so funny. All these things I thought I wanted to be an artist until I realized I couldn't draw.
Same, actually. There was I went to a lot of like art classes, and I was like, "Wow, I'm really bad. I'm not going to do this anymore."
It's because you're probably wearing like one of those fancy berets. You need like the beret on. That's what helps.
Oh yeah,
helps the mustache.
It brings the creative focus into play.
That's how you get it done, Danny.
Or have an afro like Bob Ross.
That too.
Oh yeah, and you get happy little trees. So, and number 5 is teacher, which, I can see that. And that's something that, is definitely achievable. Especially if you still want to be a teacher. Like after you grow up and you hang around some kids, you go, do I really want to do this?
Right.
Hey, KISW is presenting Ghost and Volbeat at Climate Pledge Arena on January 27th. Yeah, shows are coming back, and you can listen all this week between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. to get the code word. Then once you get that code word, you head to the contest page at KISW.com. That's where you can enter for your chance to win tickets to the show. The code word for this hour is ceremony. Ooh. The code word, ceremony. Tickets go on sale starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. You want all the details? Go to KISW.com. And now, a question. Why would a contractor intentionally destroy the bathroom that he just remodeled right in front of the homeowner? Oh, you're going to hear what happened at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. And thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at WeConsiderWA.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.